Imagine a world where majestic ice giants vanish in thin air, a world where the once glistening, towering glaciers, the crowning glory of our planet, are reduced to mere puddles. That world is not a figment of dystopian fiction, it's our world, here and now. Glaciers, our planet's natural freshwater reserves, are disappearing at an alarming, unprecedented rate. But don't mistake this for just another natural occurrence. It's far from it. In fact, it's a direct consequence of our actions, our choices, our lifestyle. Our planet is heating up, and the resultant climate change is causing these icy behemoths to melt faster than ever before. It's not just about losing a beautiful vista or a tourist attraction. It's about losing a critical part of our planet's life support system. This shocking rate of melting ice is not just a natural phenomenon, but a direct result of human activities. So, who or what is causing these icy behemoths to melt away? The primary culprits behind the melting glaciers are no other than us, humans. Yes, you heard that right. Our actions, our choices, and our neglect towards the environment have set off a chain reaction that is now causing these icy giants to melt at an alarming rate. Let's start with the chief offender, human-induced climate change. It's a term we've grown all too familiar with, but do we truly grasp the gravity of its implications? Human-induced climate change is the result of activities that increase concentrations of greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere, primarily carbon dioxide and methane. These gases trap heat from the sun, causing the Earth's average temperature to rise, a phenomenon we know as global warming. This warming is what's causing our glaciers to melt. Next in line, we have greenhouse gas emissions. These are largely produced by burning fossil fuels for electricity, heat, and transportation. The industrial processes we rely on for our modern conveniences are contributing to the thickening blanket of gases in our atmosphere, turning the heat up on our glaciers. Deforestation, the act of removing or clearing large areas of forest, is another significant contributor. Forests are vital in absorbing carbon dioxide, one of the main greenhouse gases. When we cut down forests, we are not just losing these crucial carbon sinks, but we're also releasing stored carbon back into the atmosphere, further exacerbating global warming. All these factors combined are causing temperatures to rise globally, leading to the accelerated melting of glaciers. It's a complex, interwoven chain of cause and effect, and it's pushing our planet towards a tipping point. The accelerated melting of these icy giants is a clear indication of the dire effects of human actions on our planet. We're not just spectators in this scenario, we're the lead actors, and it's high time we took responsibility for our actions. The melting glaciers are not just a loss of beautiful landscapes, the impact is far-reaching. Imagine a world where ecosystems are disrupted, where the delicate balance of our planet is shifting. Polar bears, penguins, and other species that rely on the ice are losing their habitats. These creatures are not just cute faces for nature documentaries. They play a crucial role in maintaining the health of our planet. Their loss is symptomatic of a larger problem, a stark warning of the dire consequences we face if we continue to ignore the melting glaciers. Now let's talk about sea levels. Melting glaciers contribute to the swelling of our oceans. This doesn't just mean we lose some beachfront property. It means coastal communities around the world are at risk of flooding and displacement. It means cities like Miami, New York, and Shanghai could be underwater within a century. This isn't a distant future problem, it's happening now. And then there's the issue of our global water supply. Glaciers are like Earth's natural water towers, holding vast amounts of fresh water. When they melt, they don't just raise sea levels, they also deplete our freshwater reserves. Many communities around the world rely on glacier meltwater for drinking water and agriculture. As glaciers disappear, these communities face the prospect of water scarcity. This is not just an issue of thirst, it's a potential catalyst for conflicts over resources. These are just some of the dire consequences we face if we continue to ignore the problem of melting glaciers. The loss of these icy giants is a global issue, touching every corner of our planet, affecting every one of us, directly or indirectly. It's not just about saving the polar bears or preserving beautiful landscapes. It's about protecting our future, our children's future, and the future of all life on Earth. The consequences of melting glaciers are far-reaching, affecting our ecosystems, causing sea levels to rise, and threatening our global water supply. The situation may seem bleak, but there is still hope. We are not mere spectators in this unfolding crisis. Each of us has the power to influence change, to protect our world, our glaciers, and the myriad species that call them home. We can start by making sustainable choices in our daily lives. Consider your carbon footprint. The energy we use, the food we eat, the products we buy, all of these have a carbon cost. By choosing renewable energy, reducing meat consumption, and supporting sustainable products, we can significantly lower our individual carbon footprints. Think about your consumption habits. Do you really need that new gadget, or can you make do with what you have? Reducing consumption not only saves resources but also reduces waste and the energy used in production. Consider how you travel. Can you walk, bike, or take public transport instead of driving? Every mile not driven is a reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. We can also raise awareness about the plight of our glaciers. Share this video with your friends and family. Talk about climate change at your school, your workplace, your community. Encourage others to make sustainable choices. Remember, policy change is driven by public demand. Vote for leaders who prioritize climate action, who understand the urgency of the situation, and who are committed to transitioning to a sustainable economy. And finally, we can support organizations working to protect our glaciers and combat climate change. Your time, your skills, your donations, these can make a real difference. The challenge is great, but so too is our potential for change. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to a larger collective impact. It's not just about saving the glaciers. It's about preserving the intricate balance of our planet, the beauty and diversity of our world. Remember, the power to make a difference lies within each of us. Start making sustainable choices today and be a part of the solution.